Hi, welcome back to Crochet Creations by Christy. Grab a cup. I have a chocolate cappuccino with a little bit of hazelnut. It's a chocolate day. March 1st, so we had lots of drawings today. I'd like to share those with you. A couple of whips and some finished objects. Well, first off, we're going to start with the Facebook group. If you haven't joined our Facebook group already, the link is in the bottom in the description box, and we would love to have you. Last week's D-stash was for a skein of comfy cotton out of Christy's closet. Occasionally we have vintage yarns or new yarns, depending on what I see, what I decide to share with y'all. This one is a Lion Brand cotton. It's 50% cotton, 50% polyester. It is a light 3. The color is Spring Meadow. This was last week's D-stash, and the winner was Jennifer. It was picked this morning. A new post has been posted for the new D-stash, which will be next Sunday. D-stash from Christy's Closet is every Sunday. I'm on week 26, by the way. Okay, so this week's D-stash is 2 skeins of Premier Gelato. This is a so it's a little bit of halo and so squishy. Beautiful. This is 5 bulky. It has 116 yards in a skein. There are all kinds of tweedy colors and stripes throughout, but the main color is light blue, and then the rest of the colors are all rainbow, yellow, pinks, peaches, all through the whole skein. The gelato is 70% polyester and 30% polyamide. And this skein is called Bubblegum. So you get 2 of those. If you'd like to try to enter to win those, just become a member on my Facebook group, which is down in the description box, and find the post under the announcements tab. All make-alongs and giveaways are always posted in the announcements tab until they are drawn, and then I remove them. So that way, only things that are going on show up in the announcements tab. Okay, so another winning drawing I did this morning was for our yearly Hats, and More Hats make-along. It runs from January through December of 2020, and February's post was, I believe, 20, I don't remember now. But there was a whole bunch of hats, and I leave them up there so you can go and you can look and you can find out what hats I did for the month and what links to what patterns they were. The winning hat entry for this month was actually the winner was Kim Thompson from the Crafty Nomad, and she won a skein of Stitch Studio by Nicole. This is 100% polyester. It is a sparkle. It's a 3 light, and it's called Ruby Red Sparkle. Has all the colors of sparkle in it. You get 388 yards, so congratulations to Kim. The next month of March in the Hats, and More Hats make-along has been posted. Each month has its own post, so that way I can keep track of what I'm doing. It's hard. And so I listed the next prize for March. It is a hand-dyed Lion Brand skein, hank of hand-dyed, and this is 20% wool, 80% acrylic. You get 146 yards in the hank. It is a medium 4-ply. and the color is Cosmopolitan. So if you'd like to try and win this, join the Facebook page and make a hat in the month of March and post it on the official post under the announcements tab for March. Going on, we have 2 other make-alongs going on all the time. One of them is a short one, which is coinciding with the grannies. There's a bunch of challenges going on for a granny square or granny stitch. I chose to do one coinciding with that. So if you're already making something granny wise and you want to share it and try and win a prize over on my page, by all means join the group, come on over and post your grannies, show me your grannies, and you could win this kit for a hooded scarf. This is a kit from Mary Maxim. It is 3 skeins of chunky Fair Isle Liberty 5 bulky, and you get the pattern and the bag and the yarn, and I will pick a winner for that on March 23rd. The next make along I want to tell you about is the show and tell. The show and tell runs for 3 months out of the year. It's quarterly, so every 3 months I'll post a new one. So January through March is running right now, and the all you have to do is post anything that you have made in those 3 months, and it doesn't see, like now the hats would go in the hats challenge or make along. So if you've made something that doesn't fall into any of the other categories, maybe it'll fall into the show and tell category, and you can tell us all about what pattern you tried and what yarn you tried, because I know I would like to see it. The winning prize for this quarter for show and tell is this kit for this scarf. It's another Mary Maxim scarf, and it has these, well, I don't know if that, you could say that, crochet yarn. It's very thin, one fine, and you make a scarf out of it. Now you could use this yarn for anything you wanted to, but the pattern is in here, and it comes with 2 of these little cakes, and these have a sparkle in them, and they are 239 yards of a 1-ply, so that could make something beautiful. But this is a feather and fan scarf, so if you want to win that, you would put an entry into the show and tell. And the last make along I want to talk about is the Happy Scrappy Yarn Challenge, and I had posted that I was going to draw the winner this morning, and I have drawn it, but I'm going to announce it in the Facebook group rather than here. But I did want to show you the yarns that you could win and then tell you about it, because next Thursday will be our 3rd month. I'm co-hosting this Happy Scrappy Yarn Challenge with Christy Cook from Tea Doddles, and it's her month of March, so her video will go out on Thursday. She'll give us a new theme for March and show us a new prize. So my month was February, and this is what I had for a prize. There was 3 skeins of this gorgeous dancing baby yarn art from Hobium, and it's 100% premium acrylic. Each skein had 273 yards. Yes. That's funny how they wrote that. Anyway, so this one is called, oh, that's right, they only have lot numbers for the colors, but look at that gradient. Look at the speckles. It's just beautiful. So there were 3 of these, and they are a 3 light. So the winner was drawn, and I will, after I get done with this, I will post it in the group. Now, if you want to join our Happy Scrappy Yarn Challenge group, please, there's a link down in the description box. Hop on over there. You have to answer a couple of questions, but that way we can keep it to people that are yarny people. So those are all about, that's all I have for the admin, I think. I believe. This is the third time I've tried to video this. Believe it or not. Okay, so usually I show hats. When I talk about hats, and more hats, I show hats. So my last February entries that I did and finished for February are the man's hat, and this was made in Unforgettable Bistro, and that's got lots of halo. And this one is still, I have enough probably to do another one. Came out gorgeous. This is the Ross hat, and I'm all done. And I did do the increases. You can see there, I did learn how to do the increases. However, I didn't do all of the increases. I did half of them, and then I cinched it the rest of the way. And Doug did try it on, and it fits him perfect. And he took one of his other hats, and he goes, that looks just like a store-bought. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness. So it was like, I just knitted one hat before this and some practice. So that came out wonderful. It's really lightweight, but yeah, I was just trying to see if Unforgettable had any wool in it, and I couldn't remember, but I don't think it does. Of course, they write white on gray, and I'm really, oh yes, 100% acrylic. So there is no wool, but it came out just gorgeous. So that's one of my finished hats for February. And then I did, all the patterns will be linked down below. Then I did another hat with the beginner knitted hat by Be Hooked. I took her pattern, did the same thing I did before, only went down to 3.75 millimeter needle, and I was trying to use this baby blossom DK I got from the UK, from Stylecraft, or from Lovecrafts, and I still haven't used it up, but I got this beautiful hat done. It came out just gorgeous. It's a 0 to 3 months. So I'm really proud of this one. I wish I would have known I was pulling the skein out, the yarn out from the other direction. I might have been able to figure out that the green was going to come out on top. But you know what? I don't care. I ripped it out twice before, and now that I've done it, I just love it. It's just the softest, most delicate little baby hat I've ever made, I think. So that was a finished one. I finished 2 more knitted hats. So I'm so excited. Okay, and then the third hat that I finished this week is a Bag O' Day bulky pattern. This one was called, let's see if I wrote it down. I did. It's a slouchy hat and cowl set number 678. I'll link it down in the bottom. The hat I did exactly like she said to do, and it is slouchy. This is rolled up. The brim is rolled up. So you could actually make it 2 ways. I mean, wear it 2 ways. You make it like she says in a bulky yarn, and then it's real long. So then it's slouchy, which I'll show you in just a second. And then if you don't want to wear it slouchy, you roll the brim up and wear it regular. So that's it in regular. And then I did the same thing with the cowl. I rolled the cowl up, and so it's actually laying on her neck doubled. So now if I want to, I can just roll it up against the wind like that. Beautiful pattern. Just gorgeous. Look at that texture. So then if you want to wear it slouchy, you don't roll it up. Here, I'll put it down and do it. And take the double off, make it slouchy, and bring it back up. There. So you just, isn't that cool? That is cool that it does that. So you can wear it 2 different ways. And someone would think you had a different hat on. Okay, so this yarn I used was Loops and Threads Cozy Wool. This is a hand wash wool. It's 50% wool, 50% acrylic. It is a 6 bulky. No, wait. That's right. I was looking through my stash for a 6 bulky to do this pattern with. And all you needed was 2 skeins. One for the cowl, one for the hat. So I kept looking, and I don't buy a lot of bulky. Not 6 bulky. And I only had like 3 choices, and most of them were cream because I buy a lot of neutrals. So I was like, uh-oh, I don't think I have a 6. So I thought this was a 6 because nowhere on here does it say it's a 6 or a 5. But it ended up that it is a 5. I don't know why. I think it's because when I did the gauge, it didn't come out to her gauge. So I'm like, yeah. So this is a 5, but I did use the big needle on it. The big, whatever she says, P or Q or whatever the heck it is. I think it was a P. But I'll link the pattern. But anyway, it came out beautiful. As you can see, it's just gorgeous. And this color is called Sandstone. So I just love this. I will make more of these. These are gorgeous. This is gorgeous, or whatever I should say. But, oh, time for coffee. I am down to just my one thing I worked on this week other than those. And I did not work on my socks this week, and my other cowl I did 1 row, changed it over to the Chaigu needles that I got. So I didn't spend a real lot of time on any of my other whips, but if I do, have a substantial amount of, I will bring them out and show you, but I'm not going to bring them out if there's only a row or 2 added. So that way you'll forget, and then when you see it, it might be new to you again. So last, I hate it when I say so. I hate that. Sorry. When I got the hand-dyed yarn from Lion Brand, I got 2 different colors in the polyester. The 3 light, oh no, this is nylon. I got 2 colors in the nylon. One was the pink and cream, and one was the blue and cream. So this is the pink and cream. It's all caked up. Okay, so this is what I'm making the next whip in. It is a dress. Now, when I realized that I had 2 hanks of that and it wasn't going to go far, I said I was probably going to have to add another color. And of course, with a variegated yarn, to me, you really need to add another color to break it up. So this is the pattern that I'm working on. You might see some glare, and I am sorry for that, but it is in pink and white. I am not doing it in pink and white. This is a pamphlet book called Boutique, Beautiful Baby Boutique 2. I did some other dresses out of this. I have several of them. They are patterns by Rebecca Lee. I've been doing her patterns for several years now. Every time they come out with a new boutique book or any of those books from Annie's that are her patterns, I usually go ahead and buy them in so I can have them and touch them. They are beautiful books. So I started this dress in exactly the size hook they told me to, which it was a D. Yes, D hook. Like I said, I use Susan Bates. I don't know what the millimeter is. So I started it at the top. It's a top down with the hand dyed. And then I knew I was going to have to add another something. So I picked the comfy cotton in the cream to go on the dress and the body of the dress, because it is a 3 light and this is a nylon, so we're gonna end up with the same texture. It feels exactly the same between these two. Well, this is a little bit thicker of a pattern work on that part of the dress, where this is more open, so it does feel like it's thicker, but it is working up to be just what I was hoping that it would be. So that's the start of another dress, and I have plans for this one already. I already picked out some stuff to make it look a little different. So that's all I have for this week. I hope you enjoy my videos. Please hit the like button and all that happy crap. And I watch everybody else's videos and I make sure that I hit the like button. And the reason why I do is because then it'll tell me if I saw it the next time I go there. And I'm like, oh, because, you know, I was relying on Facebook or YouTube to tell me that I watched something, and it'll say watched, but I can watch something and go back later and it'll be like a little red, like I just started watching it, and I'll be like, did I watch that? I thought I watched that. So I can't trust it anymore. So as soon as I get to the end and it looks like it's going to finish, I hit the like button so I know later that I watched that person's video. Because, you know, you don't always have a chance to comment, because what I do when I'm getting dressed in the morning and stuff, I always have somebody playing, and I'll take the phone around the house with me and lay it down whichever room I'm in, if I'm doing my hair, whatever, and I have one of you guys playing in the background, and I look over, what yarn is she showing? I do that all the time, and then when I leave the house, I forget that I didn't comment. So I'm sorry if I don't comment, but I do watch everybody's videos. And I also make a list to play later and things like that. So I hope everyone is having a creative weekend. It is nice out today for March 1st. And I'll see you all next weekend. Bye now.